Okay, test 3 review. Question number 1. Write the equation through -2, 6 and 1, 18. Okay, first we need to find the slope, so we're going to label x1, y1, x2, y2. Here's our slope formula. So y2 is 18, minus y1 is 6, x2 is 1, minus x1 is -2. That becomes plus. So that's 12 over 3. So m equals 4. Okay, now we're going to take our x1, y1, which was -2, 6, and m equals 4, and plug in this formula. This is called the point slope formula. Y minus 6 equals m is 4, x minus x1 is -2. Minus a negative turns into plus. Distribute the 4. Add 6. And that is our equation in slope-intercept form. Number 2, find the domain. The domain means what x can be. What we do know is the bottom can't equal 0. So to solve that, to find out when it does equal 0, we're going to factor. Multiply to -20, add to 1. 5 minus 4. Set them both equal to 0. That's what x can't be. So it can be below, in between, and after 4. So left to right, -infinity to -5, -5 to 4, union, 4 to infinity. Number 3 says find the domain. This time we have a square root. What's inside the square root cannot be negative. So what's inside there must be greater than or equal to 0, because that means it wouldn't be negative. Solve. X has to be greater than or equal to -4. That means greater than's to the right, or equal to means bracket. So from -4 to infinity. Okay, number 4 gives an f of x and a g of x, and define f of g of x. That O is the same thing as of, which is the same thing as parentheses. G of x is 2x minus 1. So I'm going to replace g of x with 2x minus 1. This f means use the equation for f, which is 7x plus 9. But I'm going to replace this is what goes in for x. What's in the parentheses is what gets plugged in for x. So now I just distribute the 7 and like terms. Okay, a log is in the form base answer equals exponent. So we're going to turn this into a logarithm. 6 is the base. Turn this logarithm into an exponent. 2 is the exponent. X minus 3 is the answer. 6 squared is 36. Solve for x by adding 3. Okay, we're going to use the same thing, log base answer equals exponent. This time it is an exponent because it's got something to a power. So we're going to write log, this is the base, 7 is the answer, and it's equal to 4x, which is the exponent. Log base e we call ln. And then we divide by 4. So the ln of 7, all of it divided by 4 is x. Number 7 is to solve a system of equations, which means 2 equations, 2 letters. Since like terms are lined up, we use add and eliminate method. Okay, add eliminate means we're going to multiply an equation by a number so that one of those letters cancels out. There's different things you could do here. I'm going to multiply this second one by a negative 3, and let's see what happens there. Negative 3 times 10x, negative 3 times 5y, negative 3 times 30. Okay, here's my first equation. Now I add. When we add, we see that cancels. That's why I multiplied by negative 3. So I would get negative 15 to cancel with positive. Add the like terms. Divide. So we get x equals to 6. Okay, we still need y. You can plug into either equation. We just found x is 6. 2 times 6. Solve for y, minus. Divide. And that's negative 6. So our answer gets written in the form xy. So this is x, and that was y. Number 8 is also 2 equations. Okay, but it's set up differently because we have a letter alone. The letter that we have alone is y. So that means I can replace y in this second equation with what y equals to. So 5 times y is 4x plus 4, and rewrite the rest of it. Distribute the 5. Combine the like terms. Subtract 20. Divide. So we get x equals to 5. Now I still need y. The easier equation to find y is the one where y is equal to. And we just found x to be 5. 4 times 5, 20 plus 4. So x, y. Okay, graphing. First, we need to get y by itself. I like to write x first. Divide by -2. Okay, so that is my equation. What was it, 2x plus 3? I can just plug in with my table. 2 times 0 plus 3 is 3. 2 times 1 plus 3 is 2 plus 3 is 5. 0, 3, and 1, 5. And that's my equation. Okay. Our parabolas. First, we want to find our vertex. A is the understood 1 in front of the square, and B is 6. So -6 over 2 times A, 2 times 1, and divide. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and find y. Y is x squared plus 6 times x plus 5. So that's 9 minus 18 plus 5 is -9 plus 5 is -4. Okay, so I know my vertex, x is -3, y is -4. To find the intercepts are when y equals 0. So we factor, multiply to 5, add to 6. Solve for x. -5, -1. Now, here we set y equals to 0. That means this is when y equals 0. Okay, so that gives us the points, 2 points when y equals 0. X is -5, x is -1. So now we're going to graph those 3. -3, -4, left 3, down 4. Negative 5, 0, left 5, up none. Negative 1, 0, left 1, up 0. Okay, and you'll pick the graph that matches. Okay, now on the problem it says f of x, but f of x is the same thing as y. We want to find our vertex. A is the minus 1, B is the minus 4. Negative B means the opposite of negative 4, positive 4. Okay, so we get negative 2 for x. Let's find out what y is by plugging in negative 2 for x. Negative 2 squared, negative times negative, negative 1 times 4, 8 minus 4 is 4, plus 5 is 9. So negative 2, 9 is our vertex. Okay, the intercepts, you let y equal 0. Now that negative in front of the square, that's yucky. Divide everything by negative 1, which still gives us 0, but what does it do? It makes that so much easier to have x squared. Okay, remember, smarter, not harder. Work smarter, not harder. Okay, multiply to negative 5, add to 4, would be 5 minus 1. Okay, minus 5 and add 1. Remember, this is when y equals to 0. Okay, so we have what points? Negative 5, 0. Oops, too many. 1, 0, negative 2, 9. Negative 5, 0 left. 5, up 0. 1, 0, right 1, up 0. Negative 2, 9 is left 2, up 9. This one goes down because it was y equals negative x squared. Okay, what's the rule for that? X squared is the u. Negative x squared turns your u upside down. That's the end of our review.